Hi, my name is TBarham. I will be discussing humor in business and nonverbal leakage, comparing the United Kingdom to the United States. I will be comparing and contrasting how humor and nonverbal leakage actions are used in the US and UK business settings, and show how the same scenes can lead to different outcomes depending on the cultural environment. In an attempt to keep a smooth flow to the presentation, I will be referring to the people from the United Kingdom as British. Although they all have British citizenship, they have different nationalities such as the Scots or the Welsh. But in general, I will be referring to them as British. The American and the British have different aspects of humor. If you were to ask a Briton what the difference between American humor and British humor is, the first thing they'll tell you is that the British spell it right. They spell it H-U-M-O-U-R, and we leave out the U. Americans are told and believe they can do anything, no matter what their shortcomings are. We can be a doctor, we can be the president. The British tend to be more pessimistic. Not only is the glass half empty, but it's damn empty. American jokes tend to be more clever, such as the joke, "Only in America can a pizza get to your house faster than an ambulance," or "Why is the time of the day with the slowest traffic called rush hour?" The British, they use irony. Jake sees Ben has his right arm in a cast. Jake says, "Did you break your arm?" Ben replies, "No, I'm training myself to be left-handed." Of course he broke his arm. So it's more in your face than the American humor. If an American tells a joke that they feel may offend someone, they will likely end it with, "Just joking," or the British will not. They're not apologetic. Americans will insult others, blondes, the Pope, the government, whereas the British, they can laugh at themselves. They root for the underdog. They may say things such as, "I'm always wrong, except that one time I thought I had it right, but I was wrong." So, self-depreciating humor. Americans, their humor is more obvious. We know what they're getting at. Whereas the British has sarcastic undertones, and you may have to think about the meaning before it actually sinks in. There's been several British sitcoms that have come over and become Americanized, but one of the most popular is the hit show The Office. It was originally produced in the UK, but when brought to America, they had to make the leading character, Michael Scott, into a nicer, not so much in-your-face role. They gave him a better general attitude towards life and even a cleaner appearance. They felt that the rude, obnoxious UK version would not translate well over to the American viewers. Britons, they expect humor in business. They use it more as a defense mechanism to take the attention off themselves or take away any implied importance with their title. If there is a criticism to be made, they may deliver it in a funny pun. Also, Britons do not like serious meetings. They may use humor to lighten the mood or help bring a meeting to a close. Whereas in America, we don't expect humor when conducting business. Some tend to use it to relax themselves as much as the audience when giving a presentation. That's one of the aspects I do use it as. But in certain business settings, such as the healthcare industry, it may not be used at all and may be considered uncaring to use it in certain business settings. In our first video, we are going to be displaying humor in business done in the United Kingdom by two British citizens. The businessman works at a book publishing company, whereas the businesswoman is there meeting with him because she wants to write and publish a book. Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Real well.
Good. The reason I'm here today is I'm interested in writing a self-help book, and I was wondering if you'd be interested in working together.
Self-help book? About what? How to screw up everything?
But you know, us Brits, if there's one thing we're good at, it's screwing up things, and look, I got 30 years experience. Okay, in this next video, it's going to be the same scene, but it will be a British businessman and American businesswoman conducting a meeting in the U.S. The businessman works at a book publishing company, and the businesswoman is wanting to write and publish a book. However, the businessman obviously has not taken Dr. Davis's class about the cultural differences between our countries. See what happens. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Real well.
The reason I'm here today is I'm interested in writing a self-help book and wondering if you'd be willing to work with me.
A self-help book. About what? How to screw up everything?
What? What do you mean? Well, I've never been treated so rudely in my life. Who is your superior?
Don't you have a sense of humor?
Sense of humor? In summary, the British, they expect humor when conducting business. It's not a shock to them. It can be negative, sarcastic. If it's too British involved, they'll respond and jib back at each other. However, if a woman is conducting the meeting or the presentation, she normally will not initiate the humor. If she's a recipient, she may respond, but she won't generally use humor when conducting business with men. However, British humor does not translate well into the American environment. As you see, it does come over as rather rude and obnoxious.